Good show tonight, folks. Good show tonight. Welcome, everyone. Good night. Welcome to Patriot Nation TV. I'm your host, Tim Davis, a.k.a. Professor X, your New Age Patriot with a 1776 attitude. Just one man, one opinion. Trying to make sense of it all in this bizarre world. It is January 2nd. January 2nd, 2022. Happy New Year to everyone. God's blessings. Hope everybody a healthy and prosperous New Year. So let's get on with this show. Tonight's show or topic is going to be called An Overlooked Cause of Rome's Decline. Somebody do it. An overlooked cause of Rome's decline. Basically, it's a continuation of a previous show I did, The Real Reason Rome Fell and His American Following. So this is like basically part two of that show, explaining an overlooked cause of Rome's decline in under 10 minutes. So like I said, thank you for tuning in. Appreciate it. If you're new to the show, please hit like, hit subscribe. And let's get the show going. Appreciate it, guys. So as I'm basing everything, one man, one opinion, basing everything off history, I'm going to do it, and I got 8 more minutes to go. As history shows, the collapse of America is a certainty. It's inevitable. Give many reasons, did many shows about it. Much less certain is when and why it will happen. And that brings me to the overlooked cause of Rome's decline. Applies to today. We are Rome. We're modern day Rome. Rome once was a great and marvelous civilization. Then our politicians not only became incredibly corrupt and committed treason, but blatantly so. Like here in America. Morality and virtues had sunk as low as humanity could possibly take it. It's like here in America, and Rome fell. There's a general feeling out there that America is in decline from historians worldwide, from just the average construction worker, person drinking tea or coffee in a coffee shop, smoking a cigarette in a corner, waiting for a bus. The average Joe, the average schmo. There's a general feeling out there that America is in decline. We all talk about it. We hear it. We see it on social media, so on and so on. This feeling has been accompanied by numerous comparisons between the modern America and what has become the famous prototype of all societal decline, ancient Rome. When we hear about the causes of Rome's decline, we usually treated it to a list of human causes, right? I've done it in my past video. I post behind here. You'll see it. This is a continuation of it. We treat it to human causes such as like moral vice, corrupt government bureaucracy, class struggle, oppressive taxation, a debased currency, and costly wars. Nothing new under the sun. Man has a tendency to focus on the human causes of societal decline, some of which are authentic contributors. Can't argue it, right? That's what happened. You can't argue history, especially 6,000 years on it. Out of a belief that his own society's collapse can be delayed by reversing course on similar policies. Do we see it? Nah. Thus today, this brings me to today. Some assume that if America would experience a great moral awakening, or she would adopt a more equitable tax policies, then perhaps she could hold off the barbarian hordes for a few centuries more. I don't think so. It's going to happen in my lifetime, your lifetime, I don't know. is going to happen. But societies do not decline solely as a result of lax morals and poor political decision making. They play a major role. There are usually external causes too that are beyond the scope of human control and ingenuity. For instance, a significant and often overlooked cause of Rome's decline was the epidemic, thought to be smallpox, that afflicted the empire from around 165 to 180 AD. This epidemic is known as the Antonine Plague. As the University of Washington sociologist Robert Stark recounts in his popular book, The Rise of Christianity, it has been estimated that a quarter to a third of Roman Empire's population died as a result of this epidemic. Perhaps the surprise for those who have received their history of this period from the movie Gladiator from 2000. Everybody gets to, they get to view history through movies. It's scary. This epidemic even claimed the life of the Emperor Marcus Aurelius in 180 AD, which marked the end of Rome's so-called Golden Age, right? It's even depicted in a movie, but it happened, if you want to base on history. Stark, along with other historians, argues that this epidemic was primary reason for some of the policies usually attributed to Rome's decline. Forced medicine, taxation, science, junk science, whatever you want to call it. You see it happening, right? Now, historians recognize that the acute depopulation was responsible for policies once attributed to moral degenerations. For example, massive resettlement of barbarians as landholders within the empire, landlords, we call them today, and their induction into the legions did not reflect Roman decadence, but were rational policies implemented by a state with an abundance of vacant estates and lacking manpower. He then quotes from Hans Zinzer. He wrote a classic in 1934. So I did a video. I posted that until history stopped in 1936. Anything after 1984, don't believe it. So Hans Zimmer's classic 1934 was Impact of Epidemics on Rats, Lice, and History. Again and again, the forward march to Roman power and world organizations was interrupted by only a force against which political genius and military valor were utterly helpless: epidemic disease. And when it came, as though carried by a storm of clouds, all other things gave way, and men crouched in terror, abandoning all their quarrels, undertaking, and ambitions, until the tempest has blown over, just caving in. So my whole purpose in highlighting this over the cause of Rome's decline is not to inspire inertia, but to merely caution against utopianism. Americans should absolutely continue to work for the non-coercive betterment of man and mankind, but they should be under no illusions that this work can provide or impregnable bulwark against their society's decline and collapse. For as history shows, the collapse of America is a certainty. When? We don't know. Much less certain is when and why it will happen. Rome was weakened by several epidemics at various times over hundreds of years: smallpox, influenza, variations, bubonic plagues, civil wars, high taxes, payouts to barbarians. We call them NATO, UN today. It is all what it is. Other things: trade deficits, military cuts, terrorist attacks, unchecked, rise in pedophile, decline in fertility rates, violent entertainment, and so on and so on. So the point is this. I'm going to say this for another show. Thanks for tuning in, by the way. This isn't leading to another show, but that's my little take in another 10 minutes, 10:19. So I'm going to leave this for my next show. Guys, tune in. I'll do it Tuesday night. Most aren't vaccinated against COVID. Most are vaccinated against unemployment, public opinion, and loss of travel. So what is more dangerous, the virus or the government? Think about it. What's more dangerous? You tell me. So my show is ending, guys, in under 10 minutes. I'm Tim Davis, aka Professor X, explaining another overlooked cause, decline of Rome. Peace out. God bless. God bless you. God bless America.